Missouri is now just days away from a new law going into effect, banning transgender minors from gender-affirming care. Our Missouri Chief Capitol Bureau reporter Emily Manley explains how opponents against the measure are asking a judge to prevent it from going into place. She joins us live in Jefferson City with this exclusive. Emily.
Well, Mandy, we've reported on it for months now, and it was the headline of the legislative session to restrict gender-affirming care for minors here in the state of Missouri. Attorney General Andrew Bailey and families of transgender children spent the week fighting in court over this new law. And now it's up to a judge to decide how the court challenge plays out.
We're going to defend it against the attack, and we anticipate winning on the merits of that case.
It was a priority for Republicans, including the governor, prohibiting doctors from performing surgeries and prescribing puberty blockers or hormone treatments to minors, and preventing the state from paying for gender-affirming care for adults on Medicaid.
Our role is to defend the statutes enacted by the General Assembly. Activists on the other side of the political spectrum attack these laws and don't like that state legislatures are passing these laws.
Last month, several law firms representing 3 families of transgender minors filed a lawsuit against the state, asking a judge to stop the new law from going into effect. The judge in the case did not allow for cameras or photos to be taken inside the Greene County courtroom. This comes as judges in other states have blocked similar laws from taking effect, like in Arkansas and Georgia.
We have coordinated with other states and learned from their lessons in their litigation and have incorporated that into our litigation strategy. And we're going to go to court and defend the state laws. And at the end of the day, this is about protecting children with mental health problems from sterilization.
Both St. Louis City and Kansas City have declared themselves an LGBTQ sanctuary city, and Bailey says he's prepared to take action.
So shame on city leaders who attempt to do that. At the end of the day, this is a rule of law issue. The General Assembly has passed a statute. It preempts local control. And so we're going to enforce the laws as written.
In a statement following this week's court hearings, the ACLU of Missouri said, SB 49 is not about improving patient care in Missouri. It is about preventing people from being transgender. The law is rooted in discrimination, as it would deny evidence-based, necessary, and often life-saving medical care to transgender people. No other country in the world has enforced the restrictions as laid out in SB 49, which would put Missouri out of step with the rest of the world. Now, the judge is expected to rule before Monday, and it could be as soon as within the next 24 hours. Now, if you are a transgender patient who was already receiving care before this law goes into effect, there is a provision in it that allows you to continue your treatment. Mandy?
Emily, if this law is allowed to go into effect, is it going to be permanent?
Well, Mandy, that was part of the compromise that lawmakers spent hours upon hours debating this past session. And there actually was a compromise between Republicans and Democrats, and that is that the provision that's around puberty blockers and hormone treatments, that part of the bill will expire in 4 years. But the piece that involves around gender-affirming surgeries, that is permanent as long as the law stays in effect.
Well, Emily, quickly, one other question. When this judge rules, if it is on Monday or sooner, could the judge just say, I'm going to put this on hold until we can talk about it a little bit more, and basically putting a stay on this? And if that happens, could care continue?
Exactly. That's what could happen. He could put a stay on this entire law, meaning that it could be paused just for now because he hasn't had enough time to be able to review all the documents and other testimony involved in this case. Just a quick reminder that this lawsuit was only filed a couple of weeks ago, and now they had to get a 3-day hearing in before the law goes into effect on Monday. So it's been a fast-moving pace of a case, and because of it, he could be able to say, I need a little bit more time to understand before I make my official ruling. And we can pretty much expect both sides to appeal whatever the decision is.
Yeah. All right, Emily, thank you.